What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the video. And if you've been watching this channel for a while, you probably remember that back in the day I was pulling and lifting some heavy weights, and it has been quite some time since I showed anything quite like that on this channel. So what happened? Let me tell you. So over the course of the many years of a lifter's journey in the gym, time in the gym, many things change. Interests, goals, what you think works, what you like to do. And for me, I've definitely come to many different points where I've changed my direction a little bit, hit a crossroads in terms of like, what do I sacrifice for this? And at one point in my lifting journey, early on in like my high school years and maybe early college years, I was heavily into fitness, like main thing in my entire life, my main focus, the one thing that mattered. And I would push myself super hard every time in the gym, trying to just continually progress and move forward at whatever cost. And I got pretty strong back in the day. Back in like my junior year of high school, I had a 4-plate squat, 405 pounds. And then my squat kind of died down because I've had nagging hip and knee stuff that I've mentioned so many times on this channel. But bench and deadlift kept going up through my freshman year of college. I hit a 315-pound bench and a 545-pound deadlift, which are still my current top numbers over 2 years later. And really, to be honest, it's been quite some time since I've even pushed numbers that are really close to that. Over the past few years, I've, kind of pursued it a little more, but every time that I try to go back to like a little more powerlifting focus, trying to move numbers, push heavy weights, I come to this crossroads, which is the reason I'm making this video. There is a trade-off when it comes to lifting heavy weights, where it's almost, to some extent, not completely, but in a lot of ways, the decision between progress and health. I think back to the last time that I was trying to, kind of work on powerlifting a little more, trying to push my numbers up a little bit. I was getting back into trying to do heavier deadlifts. I was trying to get my squat fixed, trying to, move weight on that. But the thing with powerlifting, lifting heavy weights, is it's not the nicest thing on your body. Like, kind of wears you down a little bit. It messes up your nervous system a little bit the more you like really push it. And after the first few years of lifting, like when you're in the beginner stages, first few years, like you can just, your body's probably good. Like as a teenager, like you can do whatever you want to your body and it's just like cool. Like you don't get sore, you don't get tired, like you never get hurt, all that. It's great. But also your progress is just up in the air. Like you can make incredible gains in the first few years, but after that the gains start to slow down a little bit. And in order to keep making that progress, you really got to be intentional about like pushing yourself, and that can come at a cost. Because last time I was trying to do that, and I was really pushing deadlifts, really pushing squats, I got tons of like hip pain and like down the side of my thigh. There's just like a kind of a constant nagging pain and soreness from really pushing hard on heavy lifts. And you kind of have to come to the crossroads sometimes in these kind of things of, do I want to keep pushing this and going super hard just for the sake of hitting these numbers, just for the sake of, getting bigger, getting stronger, at a little bit of a detriment to my health? Or do I want to take care of my health? And do I want to like be smart in the gym? Is this like a short-term sprint, or is this like a long-term marathon? And really, that comes down to whatever you think that it is. If you want to be Ronnie Coleman's like the perfect example here of, dude, like if you want to hit 800-pound squat for 2 and be greatest bodybuilder of all time, lift super heavy weights. Ronnie Coleman did amazing things, but now he's had like 1 billion surgeries. Dude can like barely walk. Every time he tries to get back in the gym, I feel like he's having another surgery. Like, if you think about it really short term, you can do some amazing things, but it could cost you. And it could cost you short term and it could cost you long term. But if you see your time in the gym more as like a marathon, like I want to still be going to the gym and being able to lift when I'm 20 years older, 30 years older than what I am now, then it takes a little bit of a slower approach, and you can't really make that big time impressive progress that you might want. Max tuning is maybe a good example of that. Someone on YouTube, he talks all the time about like my bench has gone up like 5 pounds in like the 3, 4, 5 years I've been on YouTube. He always talks about like, I could push myself harder, I could go for these big things, but this is a marathon. I want to be in the gym for another like 30 years and not just for like the next 5, just for the sake of really pushing myself really hard. And I think this is especially an issue for people who are like in social media or in some kind of like a pro bodybuilder, someone who's well known. There's this pressure. I've felt the pressure to be like, okay, well, I've got to do something exciting for the views. I've got to do something exciting for to like make myself known. So I gotta build up my strength, get those heavy lifts back. It's coming at a detriment to my health, but I got to keep pushing because maybe I said that I was going to hit X amount of weight, or maybe just like personally, I want to be able to hit X amount of weight to make a video about it, to post it on social media. And these things can become kind of short term. And I know I have multiple times not taken care of my body well enough when I've been like really pushing for big time goals, and it comes at a cost. So there's this trade-off, and very particularly when it comes to the gym, especially with like lifting heavy weights, trying to hit big PRs, like if you don't take care of yourself and if you don't like take it slow, at least to some extent, it comes at the trade-off to your health. Again, I leave that up to any individual subjective option of, do I want to be able to say, well, wasn't in the gym very long, but back in the day, I could bench 405. I could deadlift 6, 7 plates. I could squat, big numbers, but then like not be doing so hot, not really be able to be in the gym. Or do you want to be in the gym, be that old dude in the gym that's still like putting up like relatively decent numbers? I don't know, but at least for me, for the past few years, generally whenever I try to push for something, I can feel it coming at a cost to my health. So for the most part, I've been taking more of a long-term health approach, which generally means like being in the gym to get a good workout, stimulate the muscles, like feel good, lift relatively heavy, but not push for crazy numbers, not like I said, haven't really pushed those numbers towards where like my maxes are in a while. Also, to hit PRs, sometimes like the personal records that I have for like my top lifts have come at like slightly heavier body weights, and I prefer to be at a somewhat lower body weight. So that's also a trade-off too. Like, do I want to like put on a little extra weight to hit heavier numbers, or do I want to stay leaner and not hit as heavy numbers? All these trade-offs, but things to consider, and definitely things that I would say to like younger lifters who are like starting to get into that intermediate stage where you're still trying to push yourself, still trying to hit like big lofty goals, but comes at a cost. That's all. Been having that like through my mind for a while. Every time I go into the gym and sometimes think like, dude, I wish, like, I need to get my numbers back up. And then I think, well, every time I try to do that, I feel like an old man sometimes. I just hurt myself. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this video. Leave a thumbs up if you got anything out of it. Hit that subscribe button down below. I'm going to be posting consistent videos back on this channel. This is like my second video this week. We're pumping them out. Maybe third video. Nah, well, we're pumping them out nonetheless. Thank you all so much for watching. Spend some time with me today. I'll see you in the next one.